All right, let's rock and roll. So who we have here with Lisa, all right, who has had bilateral partial knee replacements 10 weeks ago? 12 weeks? How long ago?
4 weeks.
4 weeks ago.
Four.
Okay.
Four.
No precautions? Okay, good.
Nope, to tolerance.
So tell us what's going on currently, what you're maybe unable to do.
I am unable to go up and down the stairs reciprocally, easily.
Okay.
I am unable to stand up and sit down without sharp pain as I'm standing up and sitting down.
Okay.
I lack full range of motion. Right worse than left. The right knee was the more involved knee.
Okay. And why don't you show me a one? Yeah, there you go. That's good. We're gonna do a one-legged sit to stand.
Oh, please.
So you're gonna put it at a height that you don't mind.
Right.
Okay.
You want shoes on?
I'm barefooted.
I'm sorry.
I said I don't have my shoes on. I'm barefooted, just in case.
Okay. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't do that fast.
Okay, but you can do the left.
Yes.
Okay. Keep doing it. And if I wouldn't care if you had a chair that you were holding on to or touching. It's not.
Okay.
You don't have to, but I don't mind. It's not. It's really about the motion itself. It's not about really the effort. It's about the body, the brain seeing it in action over and over and over again. And that's not hurting you, right? It might be like it's a weak leg. But
I would say there's just a little catch.
Okay, let's just see what it does.
And sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. It seems to be fading, but it does hurt a little bit.
So I'm seeing now typically I know that if we have a good and bad side, we use the good. Right now, you might say, oh, this is a bad side, but really when you do it at this height, it's not bad. So we're doing it just to see what it does to the other side. All right, and then we can come back and do some twisting and some arm raise or something to see if that changes it. The good side. But sometimes even after surgery, if you do the gooder side, the gooder side will become gooder, and the bad side will become better. And that's just what I'm banking on right here.
I guess that's where I got confused because I didn't have a gooder side. I didn't have a good side. They were both yucky. Because in TOTS TMR, we do yucky and yummy.
Right. Actually, I usually talk yucky and yummy now, even in my adult classes. I like it. People get that.
Now see that this is feeling better.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm looking for. And sometimes people go, wait, that shouldn't feel better. I go, there's something about a surgery. She's 4 weeks post. We're doing it. We're just being cautious. She's at a very high height, so I'm not concerned about her over kind of doing it. Maybe I'm talking to her the whole time, seeing what she's going through. She knows the process. So you can stop right now, and we're going to decide what's happening with the other side now. If you'll move the chair out of the way, because we didn't use it before. No, in other words, we can't see.
Oh.
All right, so remember what the right one felt like. Let's see if the bad side's better.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I actually can get up.
Your speed's good. Okay, good. Now, let's just say that was a 70. What would you call it? What would you call it now? That's pretty decent.
40.
Yeah, okay, good. Bottom of it. Why don't we do it at the bottom? There you go. Got it?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, good. Now test the right and the left side.
Okay.
Very hard. That's enough. We don't need to. Yeah, we don't. Okay, now do the left side. Okay, good. Now use your chair and let's do some more left.
Okay.
Now I'm going to speak as you're doing this. Now, guys, I learned this along the way when when they've had surgery that hey, yes, she had both of them, but oftentimes you'll find a gooder one and you can use the gooder one. It depends on as we're talking and as she's doing it, what she's communicating back to me. If she starts saying, you know what, my yummies, even though this isn't the perfect yummy, because I'm just trying to see whether just the motion itself, because she's got no precautions, typically they don't, and just seeing whether the good's getting gooder, all right, and then we'll see if the bad's getting better.
The good is getting gooder because that feels better. And look, I'm not having to.
See, as soon as it does it, and it's weird, and again, this is something that you wouldn't typically see or you understand early on, and it's just something that as I was talking to people and throwing things around, I go, this is kind of cool. And because you're stable, right, after a surgery like this, you are trying to flush things in and out. And, like I said, if there's a good and a bad side or a gooder side, it doesn't mean, it just seems to work. It's a good lesson for everybody.
And I have a question. I've never heard you say we were exercising 215.
No, because I've since learned, we used to, and again, you do as many as you want, okay, where you don't mind doing it. I have found that it is better to put a patient at a number and a height they don't mind doing. Because then their body doesn't mind it, their mind doesn't mind it, there's no resistance to it. So if all of a sudden you said you minded it, I'd put it at a height you didn't mind doing it from. So there's times that people get exhausted, and the reason is they mind doing it from that height. So I'll put it up 5 inches, and I say, now sit down, try it again. Oh yeah, I don't mind that at all. Or I'll visualize it. So I am not trying to exhaust them. What I'm trying to do is get the motion through as much motion as we can, much end range as we can at the moment. And if they need to hold on and stuff to do that, that's fine too. So there's a couple different variations you can do. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. All right, now, the reason that I'm doing 2 testings on the right, one at the lower blue sticky note and one at the higher, is because if this doesn't get better, you may say, oh, I'm no better, but we put it back up to the higher height, and you go, yeah, that's definitely better than it was even at the 40. So it's like a dual combo, but I already have a feeling you're going to be able to even do better on this side. So go ahead and retest your right side. Yeah. So you're not great, but again, you don't have to, whoa, to get up and stuff.
Right.
See how that is? And so that's what I find with surgeries, like bilateral hip replacements and knee surgeries, is I often can use them. I can use it. You can use it and stuff. And it works quite well. If you had only one of them, same thing we typically find out. Sometimes on the, is it hip replacement or knee replacement, you'd have to test it. I find that, let's say you had one surgery, and the other one was not operated on. We actually find the surgery side leg raise is sometimes easier than the non-surgery one. And again, I'm not putting that as an asterisk, that's for everybody, but I have found that, which is kind of cool. So a lot of times you think the injured leg is the injured leg for all motions, and it is not. Okay? Deal?
I guess that's where I was getting hung up because I had 2 injured legs.
Yeah, because people think, and again, like I did share one thing that people typically don't know is that it seems to be when I, kept in communication with the patient, like yourself, as you're doing it, and making sure the good but not exactly perfect side isn't getting worse, and to make sure it's getting gooder, which yours was, which is exactly what I was looking for. All right, fair enough. So when you're ready, and again, you may be sore tomorrow. All right, I usually stop you at this height. All right, in other words, we'll do one more set, and then I say enough, and then we'll go to other parts of the body. Okay, and for you, we'll probably do one more body area. Okay.
Do you want me to lower it?
No, because you're still kind of off on that right side. You weren't totally where you were before.
Okay.
Max, do you have any questions about all this?
No, I'm good. I'm just observing. I'm learning. I have a little bit of experience with it, so I'm just kind of observing and soaking it all in.
Well, the really good thing to do, Max, is so if you go to tmrseminars.com and there's first 4 videos, watch those, and there's 10 below. You can literally try that on people, and then there's a free lesson that you can sign up for too. It gives you the concept. Now, what Lisa knows is the sequence and the series that you follow. Okay, no matter who comes through the door, it doesn't matter what condition. I mean, Lisa can tell you. Forget about orthopedic issues. They see much more elaborate things in kids, and cerebral palsy, a lot of much more motor deficit disorders that also oftentimes are mental or what am I trying to say? They slow them down mentally too. And so if Lisa can see and tell you about kids that are getting better, it's almost dumbfounding how they are. So orthopedics really become simple. And they usually work a heck of a lot quicker.
Let me ask you something. Max and I talked about another system that he knows about that uses a series of motions like what we do in TMR. What is that?
Oh, the FMS?
Where you just squat in.
Oh, yeah, the FMS screen, the different functional movement screen.
So I've talked about this in other videos too. So it's Greg Cook, right?
Yeah, okay. Selective functional movement assessment.
Yeah. So another video I have coming out too is that FMS is, so what I would say is this, so let's say he's got whatever it is, 10 assessments you do. Now, and he's all about the whole kinematic chain, just like we are too. The thing is, let's say you're doing a one-legged, bending forward, touching your hand to the ground. If your pelvis got out of alignment with FMS, you would actually have the person hold it into alignment as they did their exercise. So you're actually taking something that goes out of asymmetry and putting it in symmetry as they do it. Okay? So you're actually kind of working into restriction. Strain or total motion release would actually do like a strain counter strain or positional release, would say, well, look, it's compensating. Let's do the motion in the compensation, actually even exaggerate it more. So exaggerate the hip tilt even more as you do it and see what happens. And when you were if you were to test those, you would find out which one works faster. And what we have found, so I've done this with FMS instructor and stuff, and we did find this one to be faster. We did on both of ourselves each way, and we found it to be faster. We got a guy that just took the seminar this past weekend that actually did FMS on 160 people to find the result. And he said, wow, this is really cool. I could then just go over and do 160 people doing it with TMR. Again, two very doable ways, all right? But you'll learn as a pattern of over a group of people. Again, I want to say it, but you can experience it for yourself. The TMR will work faster. Okay. All right, so you've done it. Slide away the chair, and let's see what your right leg looks like.
Not as good that time.
Okay, put it back down, or go back down. And again, you sat there a while. And again, it can be that you're exhausted, to a degree. And because it's a recent injury, I realize, and that's why I said we're not going to do as much. Your body looks, oh, I'm tired. And it can be, you actually might sleep incredibly well tonight because you had some releases that happened. Yeah. So have you not been?
No.
Yeah, your whole body kind of took, I don't know whether you guys can see it now, this on camera. Whole body looks, I could go home now and take a nap. Does it feel that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a full body autonomic response of a really cool release that you just had, basically. All right, but let's raise it up to the top of the sticky note. And let's try the right side, which went from a 70 to a 40.
Tell me when I'm there.
I can't tell from here. I don't know whether you guys were shooting from the top or whether you're shooting from the bottom.
Right there.
There. Is that right?
Yeah, this is going to be easy for you, though. Go ahead.
Do the yucky side?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
I can do it.
Yeah, that's easy crazy. Okay,
it doesn't hurt.
Now it did not. Yeah, see? And so there's the perfect, okay, stop. Don't keep doing it.
Oh, yeah.
There's
I'm just fascinated with it.
Well, it'll start evening out and you're going to notice that you're basically, and again, you're going to use your knee issues to fix themselves, but the gooder one. Okay, you're going to use your knees, your motions to fix themselves because again, these are stable joints because you've had the surgery. Okay, so you should be good to go. That's why they don't give you precautions.